Hi, here I am with the first book I wrote a few years ago called The Practice of Presence. And it's a mindfulness journal, daily readings, and then you can write a response to it. I wrote it a few years ago, and honestly, I haven't looked back into it or used it at all myself. But today is July 1st, and although it's not the beginning of the year, it's the beginning of my birthday month. So I thought that it would be a nice thing to just have a guided reading of the journal and a little mindfulness practice together. I will start on day one. The book does not have dates. It just starts day 1 through 30. So it doesn't have to be the beginning of the month when you start, and you don't have to follow day 2 tomorrow. You can work through it as you will. A friend of mine just opens it randomly and chooses a day. If you have the book and have written in it before, like I said, I wrote it years ago, so when we go through it another time, a second time, third time, we may have different insights as we write in our journal. So day 1, it's so important to have self-care practices securely in place. When you feel good and everything is going well, establish them as a habit. Then, more importantly, when things aren't going well, you can rely on them since you've already made them a daily habit. These habits don't have to be huge things. The small everyday things that you can do really save you during a difficult time. A quiet cup of tea in the morning, some protein for breakfast, lots of water, walking, gardening, or simply watering the flowers. Being mindful in doing these simple daily tasks like washing the dishes or folding the laundry will help your mind keep from filling up with worries and what ifs when life is hard. Occasionally it will be hard for sure. Rough times are inevitable. Sometimes we try to avoid them by watching TV or drinking too much or eating food that's not healthy or beneficial, all in trying to numb our feelings. But we can do better than that. Prepare yourself now so you can continue to care for yourself then. Yoga, meditation, massage, exercise, all are wonderful things to put in your daily routine so you can confidently count on them when life challenges you. What simple and enjoyable self-care practices do you already do? What can you add to your list today? And then included in the book are some pages that you can write right in there so you don't have to go get another journal or write it in a different place. If you already have the book, there's space to write in. If you don't have the book, you can get it locally from me or order it through my publisher. Balboa Press is a division of Hay House. You can find it there. But just thinking about those kinds of things, those daily little mindful moments that we take to help reset and refocus. I try to go for a walk every day. I try to have some quiet time in the morning with my first cup of coffee to start the day, sitting outside in the summer, getting some sunlight, spending some time in my garden. Those are some practices that I do. But I was thinking today that there are several things that I used to do that I haven't been doing. I have some books I like to read, some daily passages I like to do, some journaling. I haven't been writing anything, even though one of my goals this summer is to get my second book published and get my third book moving. So all of those things we can work on, little moments throughout the day to check in and take care of ourselves, because right now in our world especially, probably even more so when I first wrote the book, there are many things out of our control that are taking a lot of our energy and bringing a lot of negative energy to us. So the little bits that we can do to help ourselves maintain our positivity and just be mindful of our self-care so that we can continue to care for others. I hope you enjoyed day 1 of the practice of presence. Again, if you are local, I have some copies of the book I'm happy to get to you, and otherwise you can order it at Balboa Press if you would like to follow along in your own copy, or check in maybe tomorrow or soon for day 2.